Ladies and gentlemen,
friends and family,
boys and girls of the choir, it is I, Josh.
Hi, it's Abby.
And it's just us. There's no one else today.
No one else.
We're not. Why would you? Come in.
Hey guys, what are we talking about today?
It's Jake!
Hey.
We're talking about life, Jake.
Really?
Yes.
That's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Jake's in this one again today. He had the record holder. His video that we had has got the most views so far, so he's our golden goose, and we're going to break the record today thanks to you guys. So today, we're talking about life, as always, but what about life are we talking about, Abby?
We're talking about the golden question.
Ooh, what's the golden question?
What am I supposed to be?
Oh.
Who am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to do? Supposed to.
Yeah, you're using supposed a lot.
Yeah, it's not a good one.
I don't like that word. I don't like that word. We'll talk about why. But what a question. And I feel like everyone, doesn't matter how old you are, goes through this probably multiple times in their life. Okay, what's next? What am I supposed to do next? What kind of education should I do? You know what I mean. What am I supposed to do? Where does my puzzle piece fit into this world?
Well, you're not really supposed to do anything. You're just supposed to be.
You're supposed to be.
And so we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. I know through experience about 2.5 years ago, I don't know if I could do math, 2017, the summer of 2017, I spent the whole entire summer trying to find the answer to that question. What am I supposed to be? What should I start doing? Where do I fit in? What kind of career do I want to do? What kind of profession should I do? And I spent the whole summer just in complete and total angst because I didn't know the answer. And now, I still don't know the answer 2.5 years later. And I'll tell you, that answer, there's multiple answers to it. What if I were to tell you that question, or there are questions in general that have multiple answers, and I mean multiple. There's no one answer to what am I supposed to do in life. You could do anything. And everyone says, you do what you set your mind to. Well, yes, correct. It's the same thing as saying,
but there's not just one way to get there.
Right, there's multiple ways. It's the same thing as saying, I'm in Montgomery right now. Hey, Abby, how do I get to Lebanon?
Well, there are many different ways you can get to Lebanon.
There's many ways.
You can go through Loveland. You can go through Argonia. You can go through, 70...
South Lebanon. You can go all the way through 71. There's so many ways to do it. And geographically or in life in general, there are multiple ways to get to where you want to be in life. Multiple
Absolutely.
ways. So when we start to gain angst over trying to find one way, it's almost redundant because you're just hitting the wall back and forth. And you're not going to find the answer. Not finding the answer is going to bring it back, and then you're going to overthink about it, and then anxiety comes in, and then you get depressed over it because you're like, I can't figure it out. I'm just going to do nothing. And that's the key word, and I'll say this multiple times in this video. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. And we'll talk about that. So, we'll start with this quote. And I've used this reference, Still the Mind, an introduction to meditation by none other than Mr. Alan Watts. I can talk about this guy forever.
Genius.
He's a genius.
He's a genius.
Jinx.
So there's a couple quotes I'm going to pull out of it. First one being, if you don't know what you're supposed to do in life, you watch. You simply watch what is going on. When somebody plays music, you listen. You just follow the sounds, and eventually you understand the music. Now, that's an interesting concept. The first time you hear a song, it's not like you're going to be able to replay the song in your head automatically. You're not going to know all the lyrics. Now, the people that know every single lyric to the song have listened to it multiple times.
And they've listened
to it. The first time you hear a song, you're going to listen to it. So apply that to life. When you don't know what you're supposed to do in life, listen, experience, watch. Enjoy. And it's amazing to think about. I mean, so we especially, we're all in our early 20s, and we're all going into the adult world. And the main advice I could give someone my age, even older, is if you don't know what you want to do, just start experiencing. Because we are all born, in one way, we're all born with a kind of in our DNA what we like and what we dislike, right? And how are you going to know exactly what you like until you go through the alternatives? We used Jake's example in our last video, talking about you went to college.
Yeah. Going to college
trying to figure out what I wanted to do, I thought I was going to be a psychologist, therapist. And over time, going through the workload that entails, I just didn't really find myself enjoying it as much as I thought I would.
Right. And what'd you do?
I decided to change majors, and I switched to music, audio engineering, because that's the one thing I've always loved to do in my life is listen to music, make music. So I took the time to make that happen, and even then, it didn't really feel like it was right for me going to college for music,
Right.
per se.
And so the whole point of it is, Jake, it was a hard situation to get through, but are you glad you went through it?
Yeah,
Why?
I wouldn't trade it for the world because it's brought me experience.
Exactly. So there's no time wasted. He watched and he took a chance and he went and he found out that's not what he liked to do. So he went somewhere else, but he did not give up. And now, Jake, you're at a point where, it's an enlightening feeling because you are pursuing what you feels right, but you didn't know what you wanted to do or what you liked until you experienced it.
Until I went through it, went through the motions.
And it's the same thing with me. Back in 2017, I went to real estate school. I went to school to be a psychologist. I tried to get my personal training license. I tried all of these different things to try to figure out what exactly I liked.
I went to school to be an art teacher, and that's not what I'm going to do, but I'm so glad that I did.
Because
I loved it. It was amazing. That just wasn't where I was at. I still learned so much from it. It helped me a lot, but...
And hopefully these testimonials help any of you that are watching. The whole point of this segment is if you don't know what you're supposed to do, and I'll go back on the whole thing about suppose. I don't like the word supposed because who are you supposed to be?
Who do you want to be?
Who do you want to be? There's no suppose. There's no such thing in my opinion. You already are you.
There's not this thing that's already planned out for you. You have to match these exact footsteps to get to that perfect place. That's not life.
It's not. The whole point in life, and I've said this before, but in my opinion, the whole point of life is to experience life. So what's the whole point in your life? It is to experience your life. And that's how you figure out what you like, what you dislike, what you want to pursue.
And to go off of this supposed, another word is obligation.
Yeah.
That's another word that you shouldn't feel obligated to do anything or be anybody.
Because you're not.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people go through that. They feel obligated to go through a certain major or go down a certain career path because maybe that's what their parents wanted them to do, or they feel like they need to because of some personal reason. But
they think that's the only way they're going to make any kind of money. They think.
Yeah, but it goes under obligation. Obligation is a lot like suppose. I'm trying to shine the perspective on everyone that's watching that, I know it's cliche, but do what you want to do. You're not supposed to be anyone. The only thing you're supposed to do, I'll put this in a baseline. The only thing that you are supposed to do in life is experience life. So everything else that you do is up to you. And yeah, obviously, we need to make money because that's what we are. It's what we have to do in society, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And, what was that quote? It's...
Paying bills are not an obligation, but
to life,
but it is an obligation of society.
So we're in a Satan society right now where, that's what we have to do. So your obligation in life is very baseline. Your obligation is to experience life. Now, what you want to do, what you need to do, or what you want to do to make enough money to pay bills and pay taxes and all this stuff, and then make a life for yourself, that's up to you. But do what you want to do, And
do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so all of you out there that are feeling anxious about what you're supposed to do in life, know first of all you're not alone. Everyone's going through it. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're in your early 20s or you're 35 years old and you got done and you felt like, I'm tired of this career. I want to try something else, but I don't know what to do. It's the same thing for all of you. Everybody.
Hell, a good example of that is Colonel Sanders. Everybody knows what KFC is, but Colonel Sanders didn't make his living. He didn't start the restaurant until he was in his late 60s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Was it Disney? He went bankrupt.
He went bankrupt at 23.
Yeah.
Oprah was homeless, I'm pretty sure, at 23.
They don't give up.
But that's the whole thing. Do not give up. It's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what separates the successors from the non. Those of you, those that did not get what they wanted in life, they made a conscious decision like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. But those who did not give up, and how do you not give up on something you don't even know what to do? I'll answer that.
Please.
You just keep getting up in the morning. You keep putting yourself out there. So if you don't know what to do, or you don't have a job, go apply to a whole bunch of different jobs. One will stick. Whichever one, if you don't like the one you got to, go to a different one. It's patience. It takes a lot of patience. Don't get me wrong. But the whole key point is don't give up on what feels right inside. For instance, making these videos and posting stuff on Facebook and pursuing what I'm pursuing right now, that feels good to me inside. And it took me a while to get to that point. I never, ever, back when I was thinking what I needed to do back in 2017, I never thought, man, I was gonna start putting videos on YouTube and I was gonna be a perspective and mindset coach. I never thought that.
Never thought of it.
But now I'm doing it and it feels right.
It's amazing.
So,
but it took what we went through.
Right.
And the listening and the seeing and the trial and error to figure it out and to get to this place. It's kind of cool.
It's very cool. And trust your body, guys. Because your body's going to consistently tell you, I don't like that. Oh, I like that. I don't know how I feel about that. It's in your gut. Mm-hmm. I have butterflies right now making this video. I have butterflies. I got butterflies when we got 20 subscribers.
Right.
But it doesn't matter if I don't make a cent doing it. It's the fact that I'm doing this, and this feels right to me. And speaking of feeling right, I guess it kind of coexists. A lot of people think, or at least some people think, that we as humans, since we have such a high consciousness, I'm kind of shifting gears here, that we don't belong in this earth, that we're a fluke, that we're an extra kind of page in everything. Right. And I'm here to tell you that we are just as much nature as a tree is sticking out of the ground. And I'll use another quote from Mr. Alan Watts, when he talks about you don't need to do anything if you don't know what to do. And he says, you don't need to do anything because if you see yourself in the correct way, you are all as much extraordinary phenomena of nature as trees, clouds, the patterns in running water, the flickering of fire, the arrangements of the stars, and the form of the galaxy. So you, everyone watching, all of us, every human being, we are just as much a natural phenomena as everything else, man. Everything.
Something to add to that I thought was really cool is like a lot of people will look at life as if looking through a little peephole, mm-hmm. right? You don't see everything, but you just have this small little peephole that you're looking through. And you don't even know that you can just open the door and see it all. You don't know. And whenever you stop looking, you'll realize that you can just open the door and have all these opportunities, all these different... You can see it all. And I thought that was cool, because a lot of people, I feel like, do look at life through a peephole.
I did.
Absolutely.
I kind of still do.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
It's not something that you can snap your fingers and open the door.
But it's possible, and you can.
Exactly. And, this almost is a whole new video. But I will always believe that the human consciousness is so much more powerful than we give it credit for.
Absolutely.
And so in regards of getting to the point where you're looking through people and you're seeing things in one perspective, but if your perspective changes, everything changes. That's the whole thing about perspective, guys.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful because it's just... My perspective has changed so many times in my life, and it's going to change so many more times in my life. And so keep an open mind about everything. And that's the whole thing about experiencing life if you don't know what to do. Keep an open mind about it. Do I like this? Do I like that? Would that be cool to do for my life? And don't even think that you need to do one thing for your whole entire life. We live for a long time. There's people that I've heard of that were doctors and then they decided they didn't want to be doctors, so they pursued a whole different thing. It's
never too late.
Right, there's no time limit. Right. We are in a stage in life where everything's competition. I got to get to a success point before Jake does. I got to do it. It's not the way it should be. No. It's not the way it should be. Everyone will find their way. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll say that again. It is not about the destination, but it is about the journey. The journey as in the things that you learn, the experiences you gain, the people you meet, the souls you interact with along the way are key ingredients of who you will end up. People go through so many things, good, bad, in between, some really good, some really bad, and some in between. And a lot of you might ask, why? Why am I going through this? And then I'm sure a lot of you can agree with me when then time goes by and you look back and say, I'm glad I went through that because now look at me. So it's the stopping and smelling the roses part. It's the experiencing everything, the good and the bad. If you're going through a bad experience, stop and experience it because it's key for your character development.
Take a look around. Enjoy what is right in front of you.
And do not give up.
You're not gonna.
Do not give up being you.
So Jake has a cool little riddle that we liked.
Big time-long question. What is the purpose of life? You touched base on this earlier.
Okay.
But the answer to that is there's no one set answer to a question like that because, like Abby said, you can't. There's no one way to reach Lebanon from where we're at. There's no one way to get anywhere in life.
There's no only one way.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's the answer that you find for the purpose of life lies within you. What you want the answer to be, and yeah, I mean, there's no real set answer to that question.
What a spiritual thing to think about, though. The answer that you're looking for is already inside of you. The trial and tribulation part is finding it. And, I won't even say finding it, because it finds you. What you like I said, it's already kind of in your DNA. What you like and what you dislike. But going through the experiences and figuring it out for clarity purposes, then it's going to get to the point where it kind of just shines. Yes, this is it. No, this isn't it. It's already in you. You are already you. You're not supposed to be anybody. You're not obligated to be anything. You're already you.
It's like whenever, so this is a cool Alan Watts thing, right? You can sit there and you can open and close your hands.
Ooh, I like this.
Yeah. You can open and close your hands. How do you do that? I'm sure people could get real scientific with it, but I don't know. How is it connecting to your brain? I don't know. How do you open and close your hands?
How do you walk?
It's just like, how do you walk? How do you breathe? You just breathe. You just do it.
You just
do it. You're born. You just breathe. You eat. It's just what you do, and that's life. Instead of thinking about how am I supposed to do this or what am I supposed to do, you just do it. And I love that. It's hard to do. It's hard to just give that over to just instinct.
Yeah.
But
you do.
But
so
you do.
What are you supposed to do in life? Or how do you get through life? How do you get through adulting? You do it. Mm-hmm. You get up in the morning and you go about your day. You live in the constant now and you do it.
Yep.
American Treasure, Shia LaBeouf said, just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. But in retrospect, though, it's yes. You just do it.
You gotta do it.
And everything.
Trust yourself. Trust who you are, and let it happen. Let it unfold itself. Don't try to unfold it yourself. It's
Right.
not ready.
It's a natural phenomenon to be
Yes.
you. It's natural. So just be you, and everything else will come. In a sense, what I mean by everything else will come is you will learn what you need to learn. You will experience what you need to experience. But keep an open mind about everything as it happens.
Absolutely.
Learn everything you can. Sponge it up. Monkey see, monkey do, man. And it's just... And
This is great.
That's the whole thing about life. Instead of feeling obligated and getting angst about what I'm supposed to do, knocks the word suppose and obligation out of your vocabulary as a whole. Because you're already you. You're already who you want to be. You just need to get there. Yeah. And getting there requires time. And it's not something that you're going to just wake up the next day and it happened. Because think of it this way. If you wanted to be somewhere in life, or you have a clear-cut understanding of where you want to be in life, and you wake up the next day and you're there, do you think you'd be able to handle it?
No. And the thing is that then you'd miss out on all the other things that you would have learned if you would have just done it to get there.
It's the same thing as your freshman year of high school and you want to be a senior already, and then you wake up and you're a senior. Do you think you're going to pass all the classes that senior year? Odds are probably not, because you didn't go through sophomore, junior year.
It's like playing a video game. You can't just jump to level 15.
Yeah.
You can't.
Exactly.
You don't have all the things that you need. You don't have all the techniques, whatever. I don't play a lot of video games, but...
I don't really either. You're level 1 and all of a sudden you're going to level 20. And
you're not going to make it. You're not going to go far.
You
got to go through all the levels and learn the things that you need to learn.
Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense.
I feel like that was really good.
So, the key thing that we're trying to say, we're hitting minute 20. Thank you for watching 20 whole minutes of us. The key thing is you're already you. You're already living your life. You're already supposed to be you. You're already doing what you're supposed to do. And so, live your life. Just live it. Just experience it, and everything else will come. You will gain your experiences. You will gain your knowledge. You will meet your people. But just enjoy the ride. God put us here.
Sit back and relax.
Yeah, God put us here to enjoy it, just to experience. You know, and if I were to be able to go back to myself at 2017, that's what I'd tell myself. Man, just experience life. Everything else will come.
But see, even if you did go back and tell yourself that in 2017, do you think that you would listen?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Because either way, we had to go through what we did to get here, and now we know. You got to learn it the hard way.
And you all have to go through what you're going through to get to where you need to be, or you want to be, or you're going to be.
Yeah.
But do not, and I repeat, do not give up on being you. Do not give up on those gut feelings you have about what you like and you don't like. That is you. That's what makes you you, and that's what makes you a natural phenomenon.
Hold on tight to your dreams.
Exactly.
Because you can do anything you want to do.
You can do anything you want. And you're not alone. We're all in this together. And we're all
in this together.
We are. We're all in this together. We can make a musical about it. But I'm telling you. So, that's what we got, man.
We got fist bump, boys. Yeah.
Enjoy your Tuesday. Eat tacos because it's Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
And have a great time, guys. Thank you.